Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Jam Drawers, and thank you for joining. So today I'm doing a bit something different, nothing new over here for me anyway, but I haven't done it on the channel. So I've been doing digital art long before I have been doing art on pen and paper. I actually started out doing digital art. Then I actually decided to learn traditional art style because I think it complements each other, first of all. Second of all, I think if I can do it traditional way, obviously there is a learning curve, but I think I can continue to improve my digital artwork as well. And I always wanted to learn watercolors, so that's why I went into watercoloring. But I normally always do a couple of digital arts. I never just post it because obviously my Instagram has a theme of like I do a layout in the back. If you scroll down all the way to my Instagram, you do see a lot of digital art. I actually had a lot more digital art, but I kind of archived them. Sorry for the pronunciation error. So today what I'm just drawing is this girl from Thailand in a market. So whenever people think about markets in Thailand, they think of the floating markets, but honestly, you most likely, if you live there, or you most likely go to these markets, which are just normal wet markets that are just in stands. This photo is not mine, by the way. It is from Pinterest. My sister was telling me the other day that like you keep saying you keep getting photos from Pinterest and doing them and not doing your own photos. People are gonna think that you have never been to these places. So I have been to these places, but unfortunately I'm not a person who takes really good photos. I take horrible photos, and most of the time I don't even take photos because I just gonna sound like a douche, but I just like living the moment. But now I have started to take photos so I can draw from them, because obviously I'm not there a lot of the time. Like last week when I went out, I took a few photos, which I will be doing. We went to this awesome Thai restaurant in Melbourne. It's called Thai Street. I'll do that in the next couple of days depending on how much time I have. But yeah, this is basically a general wet market that you will see in Thailand. I think this one is in Pattaya. So it's like she looks like she's cutting up some fish over here. So you'll buy your fish and they will cut it up for you right on the spot. So like when we went to Thailand the first time, and my expectations were like, because I've never been to Thailand before, it was just like that, oh, it's just gonna be floating markets everywhere. Because I was quite young when I went to Thailand. I was like 19, 20, well, like I was an adult, but like I haven't traveled as much since before that. So I was like, oh yes, just gonna be floating markets and everything. But yeah, no, we only went to one floating market, and I actually didn't go to a very touristy one. I went to a one that like it was touristy, but it was mainly made for Thai tourists. So the popular ones, if you go to the floating market, it's very hard to be just walking around in peace, because obviously there's heaps of tourists. So I was happy that I went to the Thai local one, because that way I still got to enjoy it and like still got to experience the boat ride. There were a bunch of foreigners there. I'm not gonna say it was like just Thai people, but there was majority Thai people, and the food was also very Thai focused. So I have been to places in Thailand where like the food is very westernized. Like it's still Thai food, but it's very westernized Thai food. Well, over here it wasn't very westernized, and it was just very, very Thai style with their spices, because obviously it's catered towards more of the local people. So I will do a painting of that and talk more about that place, because that place was probably, me and my sister's, probably one of our favorite places to go when we went there. But with this market, so just general markets like these, I always find it awesome. Like I always love going to wet markets, because you just see the hustle and bustle, and there's always like food stall vendors over there, snack vendors, like you can, whatever you want to buy, they have it there. And because they normally feed the workers who work there as well, they have really nice traditional Thai food, like that the locals will eat it. And I'm all about finding out where the locals eat, because I think that's the best way to experience culture. It's stepping out your comfort zone and eating what do you think the locals will eat. Well, so that's what I like doing. So thinking about going back to where I was in Thailand, like I used to go to the wet markets like these just to like look at things, but I never really bought any raw ingredients produce because I didn't have a kitchen in my apartment. But I would always go there just to check it out. Like right now I would like to go there even more because I can draw it. But you should, if you go to Thailand ever, you should really go check out these wet markets. Like I know a lot of foreign advisories tell you not to go to wet markets, but I've been there many times and I was just fine. So it's a good way to experience culture, just to see how people deal with everything. And it just the hustle and bustle is kind of nice to see, like people just going about their day, people selling their produce, and everybody's super friendly. Like everybody will ask you where you're from, and especially if you say like a few Thai words, like they're so like they appreciate it so much. Like even if you just say Sawadee Krap and just say Kapun Kap for thank you, and they will just be really happy to just communicate with you, because the Thai people are just the nicest people ever, and they're curious to know, you know, what are you doing and stuff. They're not pushy, by the way, so don't think that like just because they're speaking to you that they want you to buy something. They're speaking to you because they just want to know what are you doing and walking around, and they just want to kind of just have a friendly hello, have a chit chat. So don't feel scared or embarrassed to talk to them. They're very nice people, very lovely people. Obviously, if you do want to buy something, you can. So the things that I'm coloring right now in the back, those looks like those little bags. So I actually did buy those from vendors, like when I used to go, because they just like bagged up food. So the vegetables and stuff that they cook up, and like different dishes that they cook up, they will bag it up like this, and you can buy the sticker rice from the vendor, which they would have in a chili bin. A chili bin is like it's a very New Zealand thing for me to say. A chili bin is like a cool box. I don't know how you Americans pronounce it, but in Australia it's a niski. So they have those in them, the rices, and they'll just give you the rice if you ask for it, and they'll normally have different dishes cooked up and packed up in the vegetable. They're really nice. I did buy them quite few often, just to try them out, and it's very convenient, especially if you're like out and about and you have a lot of things to do on the day, and you can just grab a couple of bags, you put them in your fridge and just heat them up whenever you need to, and it's good to go. Like if you're worried about food safety, they're pretty good. I have never been sick when I was in Thailand. They're pretty good over there. They wear gloves and just general very hygienic. So yeah, I reckon giving them a try. Like don't be scared. If you are worried, just like nuke it with your microwave when you get to your hotel or your apartment. But other than that, I think they're really tasty, and I was really happy with all the meals that I had over there. And I actually will make a video about like the different Thai meals, because in the West there is a misconception of that only thing the Thai people eat is green and red curries and pad thais, but it depends. But yeah, so this is a digital one. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Other than that, thank you very much. Please subscribe, like, and see you again soon. Bye. Thank you.